Okay, here we go. You're probably wondering now, well, maybe you're not wondering at all, maybe you couldn't care less, why I'm wearing my disguise. Because I have to have to fill you in on some fairly important secret information. I'm always doing this. I'm on the prowl for discrepancies in our society as a whole. I'm always looking around for not problems, but glitches. There's so many words I could use. My vocabulary is so immense that I might stumble here and there in search of just the perfect word, but perfection is not my thing, really, when it comes to speaking, anyway. I've digressed. There's a lot going on right now that people are not aware of. I'd like to comment on this new millennium. So there I go, puzzling again. Which word should I use? No, it's millennium, I'm sure of it. Anyways, and before, but generally this is going to be known as the beginning, really true beginning of the digital era. And I know digital's been around for a while, but even now it's becoming more and more popular. It's very cool to say digital. Used to be digital watches, of course, and a few odds and ends like that, but now, you know, everything is supposed to be really good because it's digital. You see, I've got a digital camera, I've got a DVD player, the computer is all digital, we're digitally this, digitally that, you know. How many digits until you've got too many digits? Digital means digital's numbers, isn't it? Really. Excuse me for looking around, because I just don't want anybody else to see what's going on here, or hear it more than anything. They can see me, they can see my lips moving. Maybe they can read my lips. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, read my lips, because I haven't even gotten into it yet, have I? I'm warming up. Just because it's digital, get this, okay? This news flash, hello. Just because it's digital doesn't mean it's better. Now, I'll explain that. There are some aspects of digital that are good, but, well, geez, I just turned my digital radio off in the car here for a second by mistake, and they're in the middle of an important, something I was interested in. They're talking about something, and then I missed it. So the minute I turn it back on, does it come back on? No. It's booting up. That's right. My radio in the car is booting up. I'm serious about this. I mean, everything has to, turn on for a second. It takes a second for things to warm up, of course, but it takes longer with digital. Okay? I'm not old school saying we have to go back to 8 tracks, cassette tapes. I mean, but there is something good about that. They don't crash, they don't skip or glitch, generally speaking. You'll notice now a lot of the digital stuff hasn't really reached its peak in development, because there are a lot of glitches and mismatched formats, and this DVD won't play on that player, and blah, 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 blah. I've had enough. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe just stop for a while and let digital catch up to itself. Maybe it never will, because it's kind of dumbing us down with quality, as opposed to making better quality. It's going the other way. MP3 audio. It's compressed, it's squished, and it's not as good. It's pretty good, but technically it's not as good as the original analog signal or the original high-definition type of digital recording. I won't get into how many bits and bytes and whatever, but basically an MP3 file is not going to sound as good, and a lot of people are downloading very compressed audio files, and they can't tell the difference. They don't know, and they're playing them on these cheesy little iPod things, and that's great for one aspect of it, but, it's just insane. And I notice digital cable television is the same. I can You know what a pixel is? Pixels are those little squares, right? You know, the little squares that make up the picture. Well, I see way lots more of those little squares on digital cable than you would on regular cable. You know why? Because they're compressing it. They're squishing it down, and it's not so good. It doesn't look as good. Okay? Trust me on this. I have an eye for these things. I'm a professional. I'm a professional troubleshooter. I pick holes in everything. And there's lots of holes between those pixels, I tell you. So that's another thing. Okay, so your digital, unless you're going, see, then they get a high definition. Woo, I'm really impressed. Like, it costs $10 million for a high definition television. And then you got to pay way more for high definition digital, as if like they're doing you a favor, like it's a special thing. It should be normal. That should be the way it is for everybody, not, you know. Oh, I get lost in this whole thing. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of other digital type things we can delve into, but mainly it's in, well, video and audio, okay? Digital cameras and compatibility. I mean, a digital camera is just not the same as a good old 35mm SLR camera, which, if you're into cameras, you know what that means. But just take my word for it, because I know this stuff. But if you want that same quality, you've got to pay the top dollar. And even then, well, I suppose they're good enough. I don't know if film people use digital. They do. I mean, it's all over as far as effects go. That's all digital, you know that. And that's okay, because that's effects. But you want the rest of it to look just really real, you know. And have I gone on long enough about this subject? I think so. I was looking around. Actually, I realize now that what I've revealed to you is it's not really that big a secret, other than if you're ignorant about these things, and I don't mean ignorant in terms of stupid, just not aware. Okay? Consider yourself informed. Okay, that should be my new sign-off. Consider yourself informed. Even if you're not. Well, you've been informed by me. I could be full of crap. Consider yourself informed.